Like, what are we? I mean, I had never worked with an artist that young. It was so many, Cash and I talk about it, President Cash, by the way, of my label, Jamla. We talk about it all the time. As far as meeting somebody that young, everybody we meet to do music with, they're in their 20s, mid-20s, and it's, once a person's set in their ways, it's nothing you can really do with it. But with him, it was like an open book. You know what I mean? Like, I was already into education. I knew what it was to be around young adults, or I was a young adult, so, in college, teaching college, but I knew what it meant to have an impression on somebody, a positive impression. And so I had an off day. I was on tour in Germany. Well, actually, Rhapsody was on tour in Germany, and we had an off day in Berlin, Germany. Random. I'm in my hotel room, and I'm looking through Twitter, and I see this tweet. Ninth, you need to check this kid out. I have no dog in this fight. Now, the I have no dog in this fight is the reason why I clicked on it. Because most of the time when somebody say check my mans out. Check out my mans, check out what, I get all kind of DMs, you know what I mean? Like, from everybody to check out their loved one who makes music. This dude was like, it's this 13-year-old kid you need to check out. And I know he sent it specifically to me because I'm thinking, well, if you sending this to me and you heard it on your own and you want me to check it out, that means the caliber of this kid's lyricism got to be somewhere. Right. You know what I mean?
They ain't gonna send you no bullshit.
No. And I don't like to call it, they just not gonna send me anything that's outside of my brand.
Sorry,
right?
not bullshit. Outside of the brand.
Yeah, outside of the brand.
Yeah.
Politically correct. Outside the brand. So, I clicked on it, and I'm like, what? And so in his rhyme, he said something about Cool G Rap and Rakim. And I'm like, man, this is a joke. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I guess AI before AI. And I'm like, man, come on. So I said, it's the internet. Should I reach out to the kid? So I did, and he answered back. And I said, next thing I said is, where's your parents?
Where's your parents?
And he was like, I'm gonna get my mama right now. So he put his
mama. I ran to a room.
He put his mama on, and I was like, I'm gonna be in Europe for another week, but in a couple of weeks, bring him up to the studio. And she brought him up to the stew. And it's funny, it's so wild. The night she brought him up, Murs was there. We were recording Final Adventure.
Okay.
And Murs was there. And she brought him in, and I'm
did you know who Murs was?
Yes, definitely. Okay. Yeah, I was studying already.
Everybody.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know if you knew the gravity, but I should have known you.
Yeah, he knew, you know what I mean? And so we in there, and so it's me, Murs, Cash, Ruben, his mom, and you meet little kids. What's up, little man? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be, He said, hey, what's going on? And I was like, I said, man, you want something to eat? Whatever, because I'm going into, it's not necessarily, it's an artist. This is like my nephew done came over. You know what I'm saying?
It's a child. Like, you want to make sure the child is, like, a kid is comfortable in your presence.
Right. Because my daughter's, my daughter's now 21 and 24. My eldest daughter and him are born a month apart.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
as a father, you see a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, and our studio is a kid friendly environment.
Yep, I've been there before. I can attest.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And it's funny because Black Thought was there back in September. He started smoking in the studio, and I told him, I said, "You are the first and only person that's ever smoked in my studio. You're only doing it because you're Black Thought.
Yeah.
If it was you and Snoop could probably be only other people.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm like, yo, you want something to eat? Yeah, man, can I have some strawberry Nestle quick and some Pop-Tarts? And me and Cash were like, okay, let's go get this man some money. You know what I mean? So then his mama, his mom is, Ruben is Liberian. I let him tell his story about him being Liberian. But his mom, can I talk to you for a second? I said, yes, ma'am. And I'm saying, yes, ma'am. Me and his mom the same age. So we going back.
Literally born a month apart.
Apart.
Yeah.
So we're going to the back and we talking. She said, and she looking at me like, I done been through this before. I've talked to people like you before, or I've talked to people that want to work with my son.
She's dealt with the rap leader.
Yeah,
the rap leader. Yeah, word.
The rap leader. So anyway, she's like, do you think my son is that good? I was like, I know he's that good, right? And I'm also speaking because now I'm not only into hip hop, I'm also into grassroots basketball. So I'm looking at it from two different angles. I said, I know he's that good. I said, now, I don't know how much money he'll make from this game, but he'll make some money out of this game. I promise you that. It could be $1 million, it could be 100,000. He's gonna make something. And she said, okay, well, as long as he doesn't say, suck my penis on a record, I'm okay. I was like, yeah, nah, we don't really do that here. You know what I mean? Like, not a lot, nah. And so we got started. We took care of our accommodations in the hotel right up the street. He got started. And that weekend, he recorded 9 songs on his own. And when he recorded the first song, Extraterrestrial, we were like, I walked out the control room. I looked at Cash. I said, man, he ain't breathing. He just rapping. And I'm like, man, this is great. And he recorded 9 songs in a weekend.
Did you sleep?
Maybe after they left, like, you know what I'm saying? I might have watched some cartoons in like till 1 o'clock or something like that.
Because my question is, I know that in those type of situations, excitement and adrenaline takes over.
Oh yeah, my adrenaline was super high.
And I could only imagine as a child, like your adrenaline being super, super high.
Oh, for sure.